Let's talk the downside of decluttering. You don't have to live with less to be happy. In fact, I found this so important that I have my notes right over here, so if you see me looking away, that's why, because it's really important that you want to be able to live with what you have. And if you're surrounded by things that make you happy, guess what? You're probably going to be a little bit more happy. Versus the fact that you've decided to live like a minimalist, and you're not a minimalist. You are forcing yourself to live with one spoon, and that's not making you happy. A lot of people rage about the fact that they're ripping through their house, getting rid of tons of stuff, and it's not really going to help because guess what? They're going to go out and buy the same stuff that they just got rid of. What did that do? You have to ask yourself before you get rid of anything is, do you actually need it? In fact, before you even take that step, let's do something crazy. Are you ready for this? Organize your stuff. I know you're saying, but it's not that much fun. Actually, organizing can be a lot of fun. You might find out that the house which you thought you needed to declutter just realistically needed to be organized because you didn't know that you had some of the stuff which you have. Like a lot of times, you are going to find that there is stuff all throughout your house because you moved it while you were talking or doing something. Bring it to the spot where you actually use it. That's where stuff should be. It should be in the spot that you actually are using it. If you can't do it, try to get it as close as you can. I mean, I have a Roadster that's out in my garage simply because I don't have enough room for it, but I do actually use it, and that's really important. Now, if you have things, try not to clutter up your space. Let's say you're a crafter, okay, and you found that you've stacked 7 boxes on your crafting area. There are 2 things which could happen. One of them is you're not going to craft in your crafting area, or the other one is you're going to move all 7 boxes and then you're just going to leave them wherever it was that you had them. That's not having a home. You still need to have space to do whatever it is that you want to do and have your stuff put away. That's when you need to start considering decluttering. Organize first, then declutter to make space for what you actually want and what you actually need. The other part of decluttering might be you might have a pile of stuff which you're going to get to later. You're not. You're not going to get to it later. You need to go through the stuff the minute you lay your hands on it. Go through it, do whatever it is you need to do with it, and then get it out of the way. A lot of times you're going to find out that what you needed to do with it was throw it away to begin with. I mean, I'll admit it, I am totally guilty of that. I get the mail and I'm like, oh, I'll go through that. I get receipts and I'm like, I'll write them down later. No, do it right then and there. The other thing which I am also guilty of is having more than one item. Now, a lot of times I hear about a lot of these declutterers going, you should only have one of everything. To which I say, whoa, hold the horse right there. Because what the problem is, I am one person. Right. I live here by myself and I have a blender. I make smoothies every morning, and guess what? I have 3 blender jars that I can put into my dishwasher. You're saying, well, why do you have 3? Well, simple. I can put them into my dishwasher, and secondly, that means I don't have to wash my dishwasher every day. But you're saying, well, you could wash it out by hand, and I'm like, well, yeah, I could, but this is easier. Just go with that. I do have the space for all 3, so it's not like I'm actually, out of space or anything like that. But I do use them that way simply because that's what it's so much easier for me to wait until I go through all 3 of the blender jars, and guess what? By that time, it's time for me to do the dishes, and I can just hit run on the dishwasher. We're all happy, which is really fun. Let's check the notes here. So let's talk about, a lot of times I see, they're saying things like, you only need 1 set of sheets and 1 blanket, and okay, do you have people visit you? I mean, honestly, I do have a tiny couch, and when people visit, yes, sometimes people end up on my tiny couch, but I have extra pillows for them. I have room for it. So it is important because a lot of times I'm finding out that people who are completely decluttering then don't have the stuff that they need or want or can't do the things which make them happy, and that's what's important. Decluttering is supposed to make you happy and also not supposed to cost you a lot of money, because if, like I said, if you keep going out and buying the thing which you keep throwing away, what difference did that, I mean, how did that help you? How did you get to that point? Look at your stuff and ask yourself, Why did I buy it? There might be a reason. There might be a really good reason. Now, if you bought it for something which you're never going to ever do again, it could probably go. Just say about that. And the other thing is, stop buying ugly stuff. I have a whole video on that. Hit that eye in the sky. It'll take you to that video. If you buy stuff which you find attractive, you're going to probably use it more. Just find the space for the stuff that you have and go with it. Don't feel that you have to live with one spoon for 7 different people because, well, that's not even being minimalist. That's actually just making your life more difficult. Once you find out that you don't have room for stuff, then consider decluttering what is already organized. And it makes life so much easier, but make sure you're starting from an organized base so that way you can decide if you need to declutter or not declutter, because there is a downside. It could end up costing you a lot of money, especially if you just start decluttering and then you go out and buy the same stuff that you had before. What do you think about that? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget you can follow me on most social media at cmcolemanhome, and I hope I get to see you again next time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can share it. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos on this channel. I love making these videos for you, and I hope I get to see you again next time.